Right, I've learned something about poisons. Now I should examine Chertan's body. All right, here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything, and forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch. He looks a bit ruddy. But is that from the poison? Or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. I suppose the murderer surprised him and didn't give him a chance to defend himself. Ah, what a stench! He coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Ugh. There's no way I'm examining that. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Chertan. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Several stab wounds in the belly, all close together and very deep. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing. Though that hardly narrows down the field in an army camp. Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. These things can't tell me anything, unfortunately. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started? It hurts just to think about it. Completely rigid, just like the arms. But, Christ, what a stink! He shat himself. God, that's rank. I'll examine some other part of him instead. That'll have to do. I found out enough. He had spasms, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
Hey!
A knight held captive here died recently. Peter of Sukatleski. Do you know anything about that?
Ah, yes. He was in poor shape when they brought him in. But if they had let me treat him, I might have been able to save him.
Did they forbid you from treating the prisoner?
No, not directly anyway. But let us say they made it very clear to me that the wounded from the king's army were the priority. And there is no shortage of them.
But there hasn't been a battle for some time.
Exactly. They are bored. So they get drunk and knock each other's teeth out or strain their backs in the baths.
What was wrong with him?
I only saw him very briefly. But it was obvious he was in bad shape. He was pale. His eyes were bloodshot. And he was acting like he had been hit very hard on the head.
So it really was illness that killed him then?
Well, partly. But mostly it was negligence and disrespect for human life.
Are you certain that knight could still be helped? Might treating him have been pointless?
Only Allah can cure the ill. I can lessen their pain, put them into a deep sleep or such. But who am I to decide whether or not the pain will return, or if they will wake up from their sleep? I do have plenty of experience, though. And I think I can recognize who has a chance of surviving and who does not.
Thank you. I'm going now. I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertown was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book, but if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? I'll search the tents of everyone who's somehow connected with the murder, and we'll see.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. Even so, it is strange. For months, the people here have been sitting around doing nothing. Then suddenly, you turn up, and everything is turned upside down. You have done more in a few days than others in many weeks.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Of course it is. I'm only saying that I find it very, very strange.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is this some kind of loyalty test or something? I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Is there something wrong with that?
I have more important things to do than to try to trick you. I am asking you sincerely, as a friend, who are you?
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here, and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing, I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Stop, you bastard! Nobody's allowed in here.
But Katz himself sent me. I'm supposed to give a message to Musa.
Then you'll have to shout out the message, because nobody's allowed to see him.
You're my doggy, eh? Here you go. Take it. The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses?
Huh? I don't recall telling you to touch my lock. Guards, I need help.
Where the hell did a common soldier get so much money? Something's...
Someone was poking at a lock over there. Do something about it.
I surrender!
I've got you. Tried to pick that lock, eh? Fucking thief.
I'm sure that looks strange, but I can explain.
I'm listening.
I noticed that the lock was covered in a layer of dirt, so I decided to clean it off.
You wanted to clean a stranger's lock?
That's right. I was a blacksmith, and if there's any job I hate, then it's fixing clogged up locks.
Huh. And what were you cleaning it with? A lockpick?
Oh, that's not a lockpick. It's a special lock cleaning tool.
Looks like a lockpick to me.
Well, they do look similar, but it's a cleaning tool. Now the lock just needs to be oiled, and it'll be as good as new.
So you did that out of the kindness of your heart?
Aye, why not? It's easy. If you want, we can go and see your blacksmith. I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing. That's just the way it's done.
I don't have time to talk to the blacksmith about such nonsense. The next time you decide to go about cleaning people's locks for free, you'd better tell them first. Now, move along.
Nails? Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Oak. And dry as a bone. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death.
You silly doggy.
You again? I told you to clear off. Once more, and I'll smash your face in.
But I'm Moose's assistant, and I need his advice. We've got lots of sick men.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but nobody's allowed to see Musa. Are you 5 years old? Stop, huh? Really? Are you kidding? Stop that.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard. He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozov's fallen on hard times. And that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he? Come here, boy.
I'm at your service, sir.
Get her, man!
They look like angels on the outside, soft, gentle, and well-formed. Enough to turn even an honest man's head. But under this pretty skin, there's a devil.
You're always welcome here, good sir. Greetings. What do you want?
My body is in need of rest and relaxation.
Certainly. My baths are at your service.
I could use the company of a pretty bathmaid.
Don't worry. Once my girls get their hands on you, you'll forget all your sorrows. At least for a little while.
I can't wait.
Excellent. Pay up and we can get started.
I'll gladly pay you.
You certainly won't regret it. My baths are first class.
You sure slayed me today, warrior. I reckon now I'll have to scrub myself from head to toe.
Good boy.
We have to talk.
I hope it's important. The less we're seen together, the better.
Oh, you bet it's important. Someone poisoned Chertan, the Cuman's commander.
All right. That is bad. Damn it! You're not involved in this, are you?
No. But I have to find the murderer. Kat said he won't set off for Sedlets until it's cleared up.
That old sod. He's never gonna get off that lazy arse of his.
I think I know how Chertan was poisoned.
Good work, Henry. You're too smart to be a soldier. But like every man, you prefer boasting to hard work. go and find that murderer so we can get out of here. Shishka is waiting for us.
Musa said that Chertan was poisoned with wine you brought to the infirmary. It's not your doing, is it?
Do you think I'm stupid enough to spoil my own plans?
Was there anything strange about that wine?
It's the same gut rot everyone in the camp drinks.
Musa said it looked cloudy.
I don't know anything about that. It was clear when I took it to him. Oh, unless...
Unless someone mixed some poison into it. I already told you everything about me. So what about you? Will you tell me now where you met Zizka? And what brought you together?
I'm sorry, but I just can't. Please, don't take it the wrong way. But don't ask me about this.
You said you needed my help with something?
I do. It's just... Well, it's not easy to talk about, you know? Someone's been following me. I haven't actually seen anyone, but I can't help feeling someone staring at me all the time. And once, I even heard something.
What did you hear?
The other night, I was woken up by a man's voice. Like he was standing close by and whispering.
Did you understand what the bloke was saying?
Not a word. It didn't sound like Czech.
What did it sound like? Polish? German?
Hungarian. You can't mistake their gibberish for anything else. I reckon it was some Cuman.
Has anything else strange happened?
No. Except maybe... I lost a shoe.
A shoe? Just one?
That's just what's so strange about it. If both went missing, I just think someone stole them. But one? What good is one of my shoes to anyone?
I could think of a few things.
Yuck.
Do you think someone's found out who you are?
Judging by the mumbling, I reckon this is about something else entirely. But you never know what a creep like him might notice. I'd feel a lot better if you could get rid of him somehow.
When did all this happen?
About 2 days ago. It was quite late at night. I haven't slept a wink since.
Let's hope it's nothing serious. But we should find the bloke and have a word with him.
What do you plan to do?
Well, if he really did steal your shoe, Mutt could track him down.
That's not a bad idea. But you'd have to give him something to get the scent.
You've got the other shoe, don't you? You can't walk around with one shoe on anyway. And Mutt's dependable.
It's not Matt I'm worried about. Just sort things out with a creep, that's all I care about.
I could lure him out of the camp and slit his throat, couldn't I?
I could manage that myself. But it would only cause trouble. Is that really the best you could think of? Give him a fright, beat him up. Just don't kill him.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. But now go. We both have work to do.
Here, Matt. Search. Heel.
You have a kind master, eh, Doggy?
Track.
What is it, boy? Is this where the shoe thief lives? Come here, boy. That's Catherine's. So this is where the Cuman who won't leave her alone lives. Well,
Greetings.
God. Be with you.
here, Matt. Search.
Good day to you. Greetings, friend. My respect. I'll have a jug of wine.
Clever dog.
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
It's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want anyone to know about it.
It was you who came to tell us that Cheriton had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Chertan, they ran to get me.
Why you? Why didn't they go straight to Katz?
You'll have to ask them. How am I supposed to know?
Where were you when Cheriton was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
Well, you just went off to have a nap?
No, I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
Tell me more about the storage space.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like magpies.
Oh, except for you, the crow.
Very droll. Never heard that one before. Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
Yeah, I've no idea. The whole thing is strange. Nobody knows anything, but everyone's got something to say.
You can't expect it to be simple, Henry. You join the army, it's a fight for fuck's sake.
Who has the key to the ammunition store?
I don't know. Katz and Groz have for sure, but I've no idea if anyone else has a key. I'm too small fry for that.
I found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Do you have any idea who it might belong to?
Nah, afraid not. Half the camp has one like that.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chertan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it was just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No, and get off my back.
Look, either you tell me everything, or I'll go and get Katz, and we'll do it the hard way. It's your choice.
Christ, no. Don't go anywhere. What was it you said?
You know something about the murder, don't you?
Maybe a little, but I don't want word to get out, all right?
Why would anyone kill Chertan anyway?
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe someone wanted to do something in the ammunition store, but Chertan turned up, so we had to kill him.
In the ammunition store? What would anyone be doing there?
Trying to blow it sky high.
What? What good would that do anyone?
It might make him very rich. Let's say Sigismund has a lot of enemies who are planning something big. It'll start in Italy, I hear, and it'd come in very handy if someone gave the king a setback before that. He'd lose allies there, and here his camp goes to shit. There's sure to be dozens of saboteurs all over the Empire, just like the one here.
I should probably report you. Well, I've got a much better idea. Let's say I'm not a great supporter of Sigismund. What if we were to help each other out?
That doesn't sound bad. Let me finish my work. We can put the blame for Chertan's murder on Grozav. I can't stand that fucker anyway.
What, accusing an innocent man? He'll be executed.
Better him than me. So, can we make a deal?
And what if I refuse?
It's a bit late for that now. I have a poisonous plant here. Take it and put it in the chest in Grozav's tent. At the trial, we'll say he used it to poison Chertan. And if you don't want to end up like Chertan, you'd do well not to mention me to anyone. Is that clear?
Always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
What is it? Why are you skulking here?
I believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth, and in Jesus Christ, his only Son, our Lord, who was conceived by the Holy Spirit and born of the Virgin Mary. He suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified, died, and was buried. He descended into hell. On the third day, he rose again. He ascended into heaven and is seated at the right hand of God the Father Almighty. He will come again to judge the living and the dead. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins, the resurrection of the body, and life everlasting. Amen.
Here you go. Take it.
Greetings. What do you need?
I saw the arena and the stands and thought to myself, this looks like a tournament, eh?
You're too late, lad. There used to be competitions here almost every day. Bets flying left and right. But that's been over for quite some time. All you can do now is a bit of archery. They haven't banned that yet.
Why'd they ban it?
Captain von Howlitz and Lord von Berghoff heard blokes were killing each other here.
You fought with sharp weapons?
Of course not. That was forbidden. But the Cumans fucked it all up. Fucking vermin.
So what happened then?
One of our companies went against the Cumans. It was a fight like any other. But those fuckers had a score to settle with us and brought sharp weapons. Our fellas came away from there in bad shape. Most of them never recovered. And then Command banned the fights.
So that's it then? No more tournaments?
Aye, probably. Because that wasn't the first cock-up. Cumans, Germans, Praguers, they all hate each other and are always at each other's throats. But without the tournaments and betting, the blokes don't have anything to do anymore, and they're starting to get testy. Now their camp is starting to look more and more like a wasp's nest. But you'll see for yourself soon enough.
So there won't be any fighting? That's all I need to know.
Take care. Well, what are you waiting for?
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Dinesh! Moshtas onnal! What was our plan for that cannon again? It's all a bit confusing.
It's a bit complicated, I know. Stealing the cannon from the camp is impossible. There are too many people around. But the Pragas who are in charge of it are getting ready to leave for Sedlitz. Well, they were before it all went to hell. So you have to help them sort out their mess. So they'll finally take the cannon and move out.
And when they leave the camp, we'll ambush them and steal the cannon.
See, now you remember.
Well, I think you already know everything important. Easy, good horse.
Drop my cock!
Do it! You wanna try me? Ha! For the cross! I'm all yours!
I've been waiting for you. Ah, fuck you!
Who's gonna gut you, you whore son? No, you don't.
Show what you're made of! Show your stuff!
You wanna try me? Fuck yourself! Do it!
You're no match for us, fucker! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
I'm all yours! You wanna try me? Sit.
Watch out! He's got a dog! Show what you're made.
Fuck you!
Sorry for a quick death. Attack! Come and help us!
You can't take me!
For you. You're no match for us, fucker! Show your stuff! Useless! No trouble! You want to try me? I've been waiting for you! Show your stuff! Hey, get him! Ha! Fuck you!
You fight like an old hag!
I've been waiting for you! Bad luck! You want to try me? Show what you're made of! Come on, then! Show your stuff! I've been waiting for you! We're going to gut you, you poor son! Show your stuff! Ha! Fuck you! Fuck yourself! Bad luck! No trust! Show what you're made of! Right on the noggin! Show your stuff! You're no match for us, fucker! Bad luck! You want to try me? I feel quite hungry! Watch out for that beast!
Show your stuff.
You fight like an old hag! Bastard! Fucking hell!